Sports betting tips with Sean, Anthony, and Tooch. Here we go. We got college football week 8. Can you believe it's week 8 already? We got NFL week 7.
I can't. I'm watching. You know, we just talked off the air. I'm watching the sequence in that Garcia getting drilled by a pitch here. So he went after the catcher first.
Oh wow! Wow.
We got some NFL and college action for today. We're going to break down some of the top games. Let's go over last week's. Last week we were 4-0 giving out picks. 4-0. Yes. The dog, Sean, Anthony, myself, and the dog of the day all won. So
a lot of credit to Pittsburgh. That was all Sean. A lot of credit to Sean on that Pittsburgh play. Never in doubt. I
also suggested that play to Sean though too. At plus 7.5. He was like Pitt money line though. So.
I don't want to take credit because you're the one who's been cashing more than me and Ant in the video. So I was riding you there. You've been a hot hand in the show here.
That broken clock
is in the right. Show you have
broken clock is right
in the show. Today. I prefer to say in the show.
A broken clock is right twice a day, Sean. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, overall, pure 500 for all of our free plays. So we're starting to pick it up though. We got some college football action. I want to ask you guys when I'm going to flash up game number 1. Service Academy under, Sean. Is that a thing for viewers?
Yeah. I mean, look at it. But, you know, and I've said this last year before, if you look at the numbers here, it's a total drop down. I don't know what kind of word I'm looking for here when you look at the numbers. Like in the past, these were in the 50s, and now they're in the 30s.
Yeah.
I mean, Air Force is a team that actually scores 30-something a game, but yet in these head-to-head matchups, 13-10, 23-3, we saw the 40-7, 34-25. I mean, unders, but look at them. 56. Again, that's why I say people want to jump into trends. 56. 56.5, 49, 50.5, 53, 47, 46, 47. The last 2 years, 40 and 38, and they have gone under. But is that a combination of, unders? I don't know. How about Navy's been bad the last few years?
Yeah.
I mean, Air Force is always scoring 35. I mean, last year they had 13-10, 23-3, 40-7, 34-25. That was a Navy win. 35-7, 48-45, 28-14, 33-30, 21. So when one team what's Navy doing here? Like, how is it an under when it's a 55? It drops to 38.
Something must be up because no matter how bad and how good these service academies are, when they play each other, all they do is just run the ball. I think there must be like a written agreement behind closed doors where they're only allowed to pass the ball so many times.
We're not going to pass.
You know what I mean? How many pass attempts do you really see? 7 on average?
Yeah, and that's
like the quarterbacks
that they know that they're going to just run the option, and they kind of.
I think that's what they do. I think that's what they want to do for a show, and whoever runs the ball the best on the ground wins the game. Because think about it, every year it's the same thing. We go through the same talk. I mean, that's the low number. Was going to go over this year. No matter how good and how bad. I mean, Navy 2 years ago was a good team. Air Force was crap. And look wasn't it like a field goal game?
Yeah.
2 years ago?
But I mean, how do you go 34-24 in a game where you're still running? You have 25 passes between both teams. It's 34-24. And then you get a game that's 23-3.
Are you talking about versus other opponents?
No, against each other a couple years ago. 48-45. These guys played a 48-45 game. Rushing yards, 340. Air Force. Navy, 55 for 471. And the Air Force had 280 yards passing. 9-16, 280 in the air. Like,
maybe
what changes
Navy
go to
and
a
Army. Maybe I'm thinking Navy and Army. I'm thinking Navy.
How does it go to 13-10 last year?
Lavatai is questionable. That's the Navy's quarterback. So keep that in mind. The other 2 quarterbacks, Horvath and Gleaton, also out indefinitely. One for academics and one with a thumb injury. Lavatai, I think, is going to play. Sean, do you know?
I think he's playing. I mean,
Navy's
how about the fact that Air Force is favored in every one of their games this season?
But who have they played, though?
Well, they're in that Boise conference, Mount West, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wyoming,
Probably the best team they played.
they're not
Yeah,
a
Wyoming by far.
State, San Jose on the road, Utah State.
Yeah.
Houston 13-3. Robert Morris doesn't count, but
Robert Morris. I didn't even know they had a football team.
basketball. Though we'll talk about Robert
I
Morris.
was going to
pretty
say the
soon.
Horizon League.
They put up 34 points on Wyoming.
Yeah, and Wyoming's a decent defense.
Yeah. Air Force allowing 14.7 points per game. They're ranked team, Air Force, 22 in the country. They haven't really San Diego State and Wyoming are like the top two teams. They killed San Diego State 49-10.
The crazy thing is, we're talking about, we got to bet this under 35, and yet these are their scores: 34-27, 61 points, 59 total points, a 49 against San Diego State, 45-20, 65 points against San Jose. On the road, they put up 45. 60 points against Utah State, 39 they put up. Robert Morris 42-7, where they probably just played a half. And you got that crazy Sam Houston 13-3 game.
Yeah.
So how are you telling me a Navy's going to come in here and keep them under 20 points?
Easy.
Yeah.
Are they that familiar with these guys play option every year? These
triple
teams.
Option, wishbone. They're both.
These guys play the triple option every year. They know exactly what Air Force brings, right? Wyoming, San Diego State. They've been playing them for years.
Give me the over.
And they can't slow them down.
Give me
the better athletes. How does it happen?
I'll bet you Air Force you sold me. I'll bet you Air Force puts up 30.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't get it. It's bizarre to me.
I already locked in the under 34.5 yesterday with Navy plus 10.5. I'm sticking to my guns.
I mean, last year was 13-10, 14-point spread.
Anthony likes the under. I'll take
it's
the
in
over,
Navy.
33 and a
the
half.
Service Academy.
I don't think Navy's going to score. I lean our Air Force minus 10. Sean, what about you?
I'm going Air Force, man. I'm hyping Air Force up. Let's go Falcons.
I can't take a double-digit favorite on a military
Service Academy at 33.
No way.
Low under.
If I lose, I lose. But I'm sticking to my guns.
Low total, high spread. You have to. Anthony's system play.
You can't listen. You're taking a Academy double-digit favorites. It's not a probably moneymaker long term. I mean, I don't have the numbers straight in front of me. Whatever it is, I remember seeing it. I think it was something there. I think it's miserable, believe it or not, with them as a double-digit any military academy.
I got plus 10.5. I think this game ends either Navy loses by a field goal, 7 or 10. I don't think it's more than 10. I really don't. I think 10's way too much.
Last year the game was 13-10.
Yeah, I don't. These these service academies don't like to embarrass each other. They just like to have a hard-fought game. I mean, there's a lot of.
Air Force beat them 40-7 2 years ago.
That's a one-off. That's a one-off.
No, I understand what you're saying. Though. Like they're not looking to run up on each other.
There's a lot of respect between these teams, but there's a lot of bragging rights. They just want to beat them. That's it. They don't want to embarrass.
Air Force 6-4, head to head.
Listen, I'll take Air Force any day of the week versus any other team, but in this particular game, I'm on Navy. You can't sell me off it. It is what it is. If I lose, I lose.
Yep. I'm not gonna. I don't know either way. I don't have a play on this.
It's not an easy game. I'm just going by history. That's it.
Yep. Last year, 13 to 23 points.
There's always a one-off. It's not going to go on forever. I think I got under 34.5. 33.5. It's just going to go lower. It's probably going to go down to 32.5.
And that's not the lowest total today. I mean, tomorrow either. Minnesota, Iowa. Minnesota, Iowa, 30.5. That game will be, a 10-6 game, something like that.
I hope not.
All right, get my Hawkeyes. Hawkeyes win that game outright.
Meanwhile, SMU's up 21-0 beginning the second quarter.
Nice.
Wow.
My best bet, finally.
Yep. Nice.
I tossed out the team total in the
couple more touchdowns.
38.5.
SMU team total.
Touchdown. I locked in SMU yesterday morning at 20.5. It's all the way up to 24 at kickoff.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yep.
That is insane.
Well, EJ Warner, when was he announces out?
I don't know. Probably today.
Today. All right.
It went up 3 points.
Arguably the best game of the day. Tomorrow, Penn State at Ohio State, number 6.
This line opened at 14, by the way, Sunday. It was 14 on Sunday and 18 by Monday.
How many times have you covered this game, Sean, this week?
Which game is this? Penn State, Ohio State. They're playing. I didn't even know they're playing this week.
I like the under in this game, but I think I'm wrong about it.
I got a premium big play on the total here, but I like Penn State as well. Sometimes I got to look for a team. The coach has to win a game. Can you win a big game? Like Sark, Jimbo, Franklin, win a game. Beat a good team for once. Here's your chance. I think the defense is real. I know you play who you play.
Yep.
I think it's a legit defense. So they're always pretty decent. Offense. Let's see where we go. We got a young rookie, freshman, whatever he is, young kid.
2 quarterbacks untested.
Untested. Tough environment. But listen, you've been running up the scores. You're getting your extra nil money in there. Time to pay the piper here. Are you guys going to be good, or is Ohio State going to wreck you like you usually get wrecked by Michigan and Ohio State? I'm going to take a flyer on Penn State, and honestly, I didn't do it with Texas against Alabama. I was like, I'm going to stay off that until Sark wins a game. Then I came in like, you know what? I'll take Jimbo at home as a dog against Bama. Maybe I'm right. I took a loss there. Here, I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going back at it. I'm going to take a guy who thinks is due for a win. As much as I say you're not due, how do you keep running these guys back here? Same with Jimbo. You run guys back as coaches. They can't beat the teams ahead of them. You want to go 9-3 every year? Hey, we're 10-2 every year. Okay, I guess that's all right. I mean, when they expand the playoffs, maybe you win one game against some Big 12 team or a low SEC squad, but you're not beating a good team. Hasn't been a good team. He's 1-11 versus ranked teams or something like that.
Yeah. Ohio State has probably played the tougher schedule, I would say.
They had Notre Dame. Right? They played Notre Dame, and
Maryland is their next toughest team. Won both games. Penn State.
They squeaked by
the
Maryland.
toughest team Penn State played this season is Iowa.
Yeah.
They killed them 31-0.
I love Penn State in this game. I mean, I got 4.5. It went up to 5.5 now.
I know. It was back. Oh, that's what it was at. It opened at 5.5, 5.5. So
yeah, I locked in Penn State yesterday at 4.5. I mean, even if Penn State loses us, I mean, this is gonna. I just don't see more than 4 points.
If
even
they
less
lose,
than 7.
they're losing by double digit. If they lose the 4.5, 5.5, it's not gonna matter. The points don't matter because Ohio State's going to beat them.
Yeah,
that's it. It'll be 20-6 or some ridiculous nonsense. You don't have to worry about it.
Ohio State's been getting very lucky in the fourth quarters, so we'll see. If this is a tight game, let's see if the magic of Ohio State's defense can kick into gear once again. I think that's the difference. If we see another tight game, Ohio State's been pulling a lot of hat tricks in the fourth quarter, so they squeaked by Maryland. It was a tight game going into the fourth quarter with Maryland, and they ended up winning by 3 touchdowns due to turnovers. So I think that's going to be the key is turnovers. Whoever keeps the ball and field position.
And who's that? I mean, what's his name? Allard, whoever he is at Penn State.
Allard, quarterback. Yep.
No interceptions, and McCourt's got one?
They've been taking care of the ball, but they also haven't. I mean, Ohio State played a very good defense in Notre Dame, but outside of that, neither team really hasn't played a good defense.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's gonna be a great game, and right out of the gate, one early game. So I'm looking forward to starting the day off with a nice battle. I mean, I don't want to say defensive battle, but you never know. It could be an offensive battle too.
So total opened at 48. It's down to 45.5. I like the under. I mean, look what Ohio State and Notre Dame did. They 31 points. I mean, you can argue that Penn State's right up there with Notre Dame's defense.
Oh yeah, 100%.
As good as or better. So I still lean under 45.5. Sean probably has a better number for the under.
The winner probably whoever gets the 21-24 points first probably wins this game. This is like a 24-17, 24-20 type game. We'll see.
What do you think on the total, Sean? Any lean?
He's got a premium play.
Yeah, I got a big play on it. It's my I had to go on one of the sites. They needed a quote unquote best bet for the day. They sent out their little newsletters.
All right, so that's
the site. It rhymes with
picks and parlay.
Miners and finers rhymes with that.
Pinners and shiners.
So go ahead, figure it out. Winners and whiners.
Sinners and shiners.
Winners and whiners is the pitch.
I know. All right.
They're like, we need a best bet up from everybody. I'm like, I hate. I'm not a hype guy. I'm not like Ross. Come on, Ross, leave me alone. I'm not a.
It's gonna be a tight game. 5.5 is a lot of points. I mean, I hate that number. Up. My play would be on.
It is. I agree with you. That's a dead number. Nothing comes out of it.
Yep. Give me the under 45.5. Not liking that number much either.
Do I need more sun? Why do you guys look so much tanner than me? What the heck?
I got a ring light with warm.
Oh, you got
warm temperature.
Oh, I got the white. That's why I'm like, why the heck?
It's got 3 different temperatures. Look.
Sean looks like he's Casper the Ghost over here.
I'm like, what the heck, bro? I'm like,
there's warm.
I get a lot
medium,
of
and there's cool.
I'm in Tampa.
See, look at that, nice and warm. Look at that.
You're in Tampa. It's 90 degrees in Texas, bro. What are you talking about? It's warm.
You're doing podcasts from
all day,
9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
This is a tan from the podcast light.
I'm looking. I'm like, man, do I look this pasty? Because I'm looking at myself. I'm like, I'm really not that pasty. Looking at myself.
You spend more time out in the Houston sun.
I could. You know what? They had the ring light had like colored things around it, but I just kept the white on because I needed it brighter.
Yeah, does it have a warm setting where you get?
Tooch just got out of the sun.
This guy's got a tanning bed behind him.
He was at a tanning bed. Next, he's gonna get the cucumbers out.
Cover his eyes. Cucumbers.
Tennessee and Alabama. Sean says Alabama's going to kill Tennessee. That's 8.5. I mean, look, Milrose played a lot better. Milton has not played as well. But Tennessee's defense is good this year too. So is Alabama's.
Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me? Altuve 3-run bomb.
All right.
Top of 9.
5-4.
Wow.
5-4.
Oh, my clients are going to be happy.
Wow. It's about time he kicks it in the gear.
I know. Yesterday I had James Madison first half and full game. Get that one, but
who gave up the homer?
Also gave out the under in the Islanders Devils tonight. So hopefully Sorokin can stop some of Hughes' shots tonight. See, but all right, Tennessee number 15 and at number 8 Alabama minus 8.5 total 47.5. Sean loves Alabama. Anthony,
yeah, I'm on Alabama.
All right, Bama at home.
More importantly, I like what is the total?
47 and a half.
I like the under more than any side. Give me the under. Both offenses are dead.
So my thing, Alabama's not run the ball well this year, Sean. Tennessee has run the ball pretty well. Alabama had
first garbage.
The last time we saw Tennessee go on the road, the last time they went on the road, I think we were taking Florida.
Yeah, they got killed,
and they lost 25-16 against Florida.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, they're in the last, I think, 10 years, Alabama's been a single-digit fave. Texas and Georgia. Texas this year, Georgia like 3 years ago.
Tennessee has played.
Tennessee's not even anywhere in that area code. I don't care how people think Alabama's taking a step back. Maybe they have because before they're undefeated every year and they've
played only one road game.
They are not staying within 10. Milton is not that good. They're a run-first team. He doesn't shuck it. You're going to run against Alabama? Sure. Okay, Jan, good luck with that.
Yep.
Alabama gets beat by guys who whip it all over the field and they got to run around. Like most teams do. They get in those crazy shootouts. It's a coin flip game.
Yep.
That's not what Tennessee does. Milton doesn't do that.
No. Now,
their best wide receiver is still out? No.
They lost their only road game at Florida. The only other good team they play is Texas A&M. South Carolina, not really.
And they barely held
on
to
played some teams tough. South Carolina's played a few teams tough. Alabama, including that.
They played A&M after Alabama lost a tough one, or after A&M lost a tough one, Alabama, and you won 2013. A&M was still in that kind of game.
Yep.
Now.
Yeah, Alabama's only losses at home to Texas.
And then the easy low-hanging fruit, we grabbed the revenge angle with the whole, hi, we're going to throw our goalpost in the river here. We beat Alabama. They walked the goalpost out of stadium last year when they beat Alabama.
After that Texas game, Alabama went on the road to visit Anthony and the YMCA kids, South Florida in a monsoon, 17-3. Anthony, why aren't they covering versus the YMCA?
That was horrible weather, man.
I know.
Man, that was horrible.
Throw that game out the window.
And they had their third-string quarterback or second-string quarterback played. It was no quarterback. It was just
That's right.
disaster game.
They decided to give Milrow a little rest on the
day
bench.
off that day, yeah.
A day off.
It was a disaster game. I mean, it was
Disaster.
bad. It was.
Disaster.
He was on the bench with an umbrella. Everybody else getting soaked.
Since Texas, they've won 5 in a row, though. Everybody on Alabama -8.5.
Here comes Alabama getting into the playoffs again. Out of the blue, here comes Alabama to win the SEC. Unbelievable.
Yep, they have played a tougher schedule. I mean, look at some of the teams like Texas, Ole Miss, Texas A&M. 3 good teams, man.
I was impressed by that Ole Miss win because they were getting destroyed in the first half. And every offense, defense, and special teams second half, they made adjustments and they just dominated Ole Miss in the second half. I mean, Ole Miss couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Alabama's dead. Look at them. They're terrible.
Now, if anyone says, "Oh, they got a good coach,"
too much talent for that, boys. All right, we're all on Alabama. Any thoughts on the total, Sean?
No. I mean, I guess I'd roll with Ants, lean there on the under. I don't think Tennessee's going to do much. So.
Yep. All right. Good call. All right, let's go here. We got Michigan State rivalry scandal. Both teams have scandal. Michigan for stealing signs. What is this? The Patriots. Jim
like
Harbaugh.
No one's ever done that before.
Yeah. Like no one's ever. Jim Harbaugh may be coming to the Bears next season.
Yes, he is. He's out. He's gone after this year. If they don't win it all this year,
he's gone.
They're done because they're going to bring the hammer down on him next year. Same with the stupid hamburgers at the start of the year. He was all being whatever. Now they want him. Now they're like, all right, MFer, bro. You want to play stupid games? Send in your flying guys to games to take pictures or whatever nonsense. Or I don't
Jim
know.
Harbaugh. You like Harbaugh as a coach better than Matt Eberflus, Anthony?
Matt Eberflus.
I'll take you as a head coach over Eberflus, too.
That was true.
Anybody. A high school coach can come in and do better than Eberflus. I mean, it's a disaster in Chicago.
You can't fire him right now. Let him. They have to. You can't fire this guy. No, you fire him now, and all of a sudden, things take off, and you lose the top 2 picks in the draft or some nonsense. Stop it. Let him ride it out.
They will. They're not going to fire him middle of the season.
We've seen.
They won't.
You guys are Chicago fans. You've seen stupider stuff happen. What are you talking about?
Yeah, the Colts last year fired what's his name and replaced him with the guy from the TV.
Oh,
Jeff
Saturday is a travesty.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll come down, Coach.
Saturday is a travesty. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing, man.
Jim Irsay smoked a joint up in the owner's box and said, "Jeff, you want to come and coach the team? I'm firing."
That dude's a travesty, man.
Unbelievable.
What a disaster.
That being said, I think Michigan still drops a 45 spot here. I don't think it's.
Yeah. Michigan State with the spread. Don't second guess it.
No, still no secondary for Michigan State. You saw him get blown up by Penix and this guy McCarthy, right? He's awesome. This Tooch, right?
I got a Michigan team total over on my card for tomorrow.
Yes. How do you think about McCarthy?
Over 30. I love McCarthy. I think he's good.
Heisman guy.
Yep. I think he'll be have a good career in the NFL because he reads the defense. He gets rid of the ball. A smart quarterback and makes the plays.
I said to him one day, I said, man, I was watching him play against Nebraska, and he was whipping these tight spirals, 20-something. He's like, don't tell Tooch that he's going to go crazy. He loves the crowd. I said, dog, the guy looked freaking awesome. You turn on games, and again, I'm not a game watcher, and you see highlights of guys throw the ball, and you get some wounded ducks going in the air, wobbly kind of spirals. This dude was throwing tight, and the reason it stuck out with me because they're saying how it was so windy it was in Nebraska that day. I'm like,
runs the offense, smart.
He looked really good that day.
Yeah, he's underrated. He's very underrated.
Progression, climbs the pocket, everything you like. A Michigan team total over 34.5 for me, Sean. That's my.
I agree. Michigan State secondary is still one of the worst in football.
Tomorrow.
Terrible.
All right. Any thoughts on the total, Anthony?
Over. Michigan probably scores it over.
Michigan could drop 45 by themselves. Give me the over. All right.
And they'll play the old "they're coming after us" card. They hate us. and against the rival, 55-10. It could get bad.
Yeah.
All right, Utah, USC. Caleb Williams licking his wounds after getting pressured all day long versus the Irish. Now he wants part ownership in whatever team drafts him next year. Sean, that's a red flag for me.
Yeah, he'll be good. He'll be going in a 5th round somewhere.
Can you imagine the board meeting when he walks in as part of the ownership and they say,
Yeah.
Caleb, you haven't really been playing very good. We got to trade you, but you're still going to retain your ownership.
That is the
Right?
dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I mean, did he say? I know his agent didn't say that because agents know you can't own a team when you're playing.
I think it was his dad or something, but
yeah.
To me, he doesn't have NFL size, arm talent, fantastic, but.
5 interceptions last week, 3 interceptions.
I'd rather take in the later rounds, take JJ McCarthy and bring Harbaugh with him.
Bring Harbaugh with him.
Why not?
The Cowboys. To the Cowboys. We'll trade you Trey Lance for the first pick of the draft.
Trey Lance.
Better than Matt Eberflus and company. You got Utah, USC. Utah won both the last 2 meetings between these two. Utah catching 7. Utah defense pretty good. USC defense at home a little bit better than they are on the road. Anthony, I kind of just the Utah offense has not been good, man. Without
a quarterback in
without Cam Rising.
Is this in USC?
Yeah, this is USC.
Right?
Yeah, I'll take USC.
I'm gonna ride USC. I'm gonna ride USC.
USC -7.
Yeah.
Sean,
you got to like the under here, right? Because you have a quarterback.
I like the under.
And as bad as USC defense is, Utah is not going to score a 20 spot.
Nope.
And I don't think USC is scoring 40 themselves.
Nope.
Look at these past games, 45-42, like crazy high-scoring games. That's because you had Cam Rising playing.
Yep.
And he couldn't stop it, and it was up and down the field. Utah, you see the scores this year, the way they play. Defense, ugly, run the ball. That's the only way they could stay close. I'm shocked this line isn't 10, though. Like, with 7, that looks way too low to me. I mean, what is Rising playing? Why is this line 7? Can somebody explain? I know Caleb Williams looked horrible, but this is a team everybody's like, look at them. It's USC. Oh, my goodness. Best offense since the greatest show on turf from the Rams or some nonsense.
One thing I do know, USC covers spreads at home.
I know. It's just – I know. 7.
I'm not betting this game. I can't bet this game. But if you had to put a gun to my head, I'm on USC -7. Yep. But I'd probably die at the end. But
I mean, talk about looking way too easy.
Yeah,
I don't think it looks easy at all.
So you don't think 7 looks easy against a team that scored 30 once this year? I mean, they put 31-7. They beat Weber, and they put 34 on Cal. 21-7 loser on the road. 2013 against Baylor, they should have lost that game. I had Baylor that game, and they got some ridiculous. Baylor's winning the game, and they fumbled the ball and let them score in the last 13 seconds twice. So
I remember that.
Where is the Florida game? They're home. Them home is one thing. This game's in Utah. Sure, I get it. It'll be tight. On the road,
that's
not lost to Baylor,
USC.
And Baylor looks terrible. And you beat Oregon. You lost to Oregon State.
Yep. So which defense is better, Oregon State or USC?
Oregon State. By far.
It's not even close.
Yeah, that's not even close.
USC defense is one of the worst in football.
Yeah. They're like Stanford defense. They're right next to Colorado defense. Not as bad as Colorado, but they're close to it.
I mean, opening day, they couldn't cover a 30 against San Jose.
Yeah. And they barely covered versus Nevada. Barely.
Yeah, USC defense allowing 30 points per game.
What is that, 220th in the country?
And that's skewed a little bit because they beat Stanford 56-10. You take out that game and it's 10 to Stanford and 14 to Nevada. How about teams that actually score points? Notre Dame 48, Arizona put 41 up on them, Colorado 41, Arizona State 28 points. I mean, I'm no lover of Utah again. That's why it's probably the total what it is, but I don't see Utah scoring 28 points.
The defense a little better at home. I mean,
if they have any shot at, they think they're gonna be a Pac-12. They better roll here. They got to get back up into the polling here.
Yep. So, any final thoughts?
USC -7.
For me, the under 52.
Yeah, under. I'm on the under.
I'll take the USC -7.
Okay. All right, let's move over to the NFL where we have the Bears, Barroom, Bears favorite versus the Raiders. Line down to -2.5. Some Chicago money coming in here, Sean. I like the Bears at +3. I don't know anything about Tyson Bagent, whether it's going to be good. But it wouldn't surprise me if he plays like a good game and they end up winning. But
Absolutely not.
Look at Ant. Ant says is just running a bet the Raiders. It's nothing to do with the Bears.
Are you kidding me?
Is he
still got the same coaching staff,
game.
Tooch?
Is
Still got
O'Connell
the same coaching staff? If you
I got
can't
no play.
Is Hoyer quarterbacking for the Raiders?
Yeah, I'll
Hoyer's
take Hoyer over
quarterback in the
Garoppolo.
Raiders. Yep.
Hoyer looked better than Garoppolo.
There's one guy on the Raiders that's going to be chasing around Bagent all day, number 99. So that's
I say Bagent has 1 fumble and 2 interceptions and 1 touchdown. That's I'm going to say 140 yards passing. That's my prediction.
Sean, it would be good if the Bears lost this game. What are your thoughts?
I like the Bears when the line first came out, and then Garoppolo went. Because it's with the Raiders. Like, how are you laying? Now I can see you laying points because you got whoever quarterback for the Bears.
Yep.
I can't get involved in this game.
There's nobody.
Normally, I can come in.
Nobody can cover Adams and Myers on the Bears. So that's
you guys really think the Bears are going to win this game or even have a chance to win this game?
Not at
this
2.5.
This team can't even win fully healthy.
The
offensive line is guarding each other. The quarterback is not set to succeed.
Stroh's pulled it out there.
The coaches don't even know offense and defense, what side of the ball. It's a shit show. Give me the Raiders. This is a no-brainer. This should be the easiest play of the freaking week. This backup quarterback is set to fail.
I don't see anybody stopping Devontae Adams. I don't see. I see.
How'd that work out for the Niners?
Well, this is a totally different situation, though.
Yeah.
Totally different.
Maybe.
Situation.
I don't know.
The Browns have a
Cleveland has a
defense. The Bears don't have a team. The Bears don't have an offense. They don't have a defense. They don't have a special teams. They don't have an offensive coordinator. They really don't have a defensive coordinator. Their coach doesn't know what offense and defense is. The offense coordinator is throwing 3 screenplays in a row.
Sean.
Multiple games.
I can't even get involved in the under because with bad teams and backup quarterbacks, this could be 45-37.
Yep. Whoever is cheering on the Bears this week needs to literally check themselves. Because this is an absolute joke. The team is trash. Just root for them to lose. Get the draft pick. Because
the number 1 pick.
Like I told you yesterday, Tooch, if the Bears were to win out the rest and say just a hypothetical make the playoffs, what does that get us? Another year of misery because nothing's going to come out of it.
Yep, you got to get the top draft picks now.
So lose. You're rooting for them to lose. Stop rooting for them for the win.
Justin Fields out for this game, so give me the Raiders minus 2.5. I'm not going to.
As long as Fields
isn't
playing, there's no
I got no idea. I don't think the Bears defense.
If Fields is playing, it's a different story. But this poor kid, he doesn't know what he's setting himself into. He's going to get destroyed.
All right.
Rangers had first and second with Seager and Simeon coming up. Couldn't punch across the tying run. With one.
They won 5-4.
5-4.
Yeah.
This is another good game. Sunday, Lions at Ravens. Two good teams, man. I don't know, man. The Ravens seem to have some issues in the latter half of the game, second half of ball games. Lions you're giving me 3 points with the Lions. I'll take a field goal. Give me the Lions.
I like the Ravens.
Ravens.
Back-to-back road games. I like Tampa Bay last week. I'm going to say I like the Ravens this week. They're better than Tampa. Better coach, better quarterback, better defense. 3, I don't know. I want to see a little more. I know the Lions are the trendy kind of team here. Maybe an under, right? Baltimore's going to run the ball.
I like under.
Detroit's got a defense. We saw they play a little bit of defense.
Yep.
Throughout the Seattle game. Otherwise, they've been playing some D. I'd lean Baltimore in the under here. I don't think I have anything on this game. No.
Yeah, same here. Baltimore in the under.
Yep.
I love the Lions. It's just this situation. It's
a bad spot for them.
Bad spot, exactly.
Yep. All right. You heard it here. Chargers.
On top of everything, the Lions are one of the most bet teams of the week.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
And the line has a move, and the line went up from 2.5 to 3. So
correct.
The smarter folks are on Baltimore.
Yeah. It's not the sexy play, but as long as it wins, that's all that matters.
Okay, The guys are on Baltimore -3 and the under. I'll take the Lions and the under, but I don't feel great about it. Chargers and Chiefs. Chargers at Kansas. These two teams always play each other tough. Total opened at 49. It's at 47.5. Got Sean's favorite number, 5.5, sitting there.
Here we go. These 5.5s.
Hey,
I still like the Chargers, man. Chiefs at home don't cover a lot. They play tough
Nope.
games. And
Yep.
what do we see out of the Chargers on Monday night? They look pathetic, right? They march down the fields for the first touchdown. You're thinking, oh boy, this is going to be a wild one here.
Yep.
Back and forth. And then it was what, 7 at the half, or whatever they halftime, like low scoring. Nothing happened. I'll lean Chiefs here, and I like the under as well. Excuse me, not lean Chiefs here. Lean Chargers. I like the under here. The Chiefs. We said before the show, I think, right? Take out the Bears game, 41 points there. They're scoring 21.2 points a game.
Yep.
So they're relying on their defense.
Yep.
We saw that opening day versus right. Everybody's running to gotta bet the over. The Lions defense terrible. Well, do you know who's playing for the Chiefs? Like they just brought back Hardman. I like McCall Hardman, but that's not going to get something done in a week.
Yeah, Chargers defense held the Cowboys to 20.
What are they? What are the Chargers? 2-3?
Yeah.
I like the Chargers outright. Forget about the
Yeah,
points.
I mean,
Give me the Chargers.
they lose
money
by
line.
like what, 2 points a game? All their close games.
This is one of those games where it's the eyes are just playing full games with you. Oh, this is so easy. Chiefs by 5.5. That's
Touchdown,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, the Chargers just lost at home to the Cowboys. Oh, that's easy. Give me the Chiefs. Chargers money line. Forget about the points. Don't need it.
I'll take Chargers.
It's the NFL.
5.5. I love
It's
the
a
under in this game.
Totally different way of thinking about it.
Under for me. All right, let's go with got the Cardinals visiting the Seahawks. Division game. Seahawks 7.5, laying the total 44.5. I got no idea.
Seahawks.
It's got to be Seattle here. 7.5, lay it.
Don't
Arizona's
second
bad.
guess it.
Yep.
Don't second guess it.
I had Seattle last week against Cincy. They didn't show up out of their bye week. You know what? Now you're home.
Well, the thing
Division
was,
game.
they did show up. They just couldn't get in the end zone the last 2 drives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had, and the guys dropped past in the end
But
zone.
you were down to what? They were down with 23 early. Where are you? Come out of the. You're out of the bye week. You should be ready here. Come on, pound that team into submission. Since Burrow had thrown more touchdowns against Arizona the week before than he had all season.
Yeah,
like he wasn't playing good. You should have been ready. I listen. Obviously, I lost on him, so I'm a little annoyed at him. But here at home, Arizona's not a good team. You somehow beat Dallas, who was probably a little full of themselves, not paying attention. They had a close game versus Washington, who's Washington, and then what happened? You lose games here. So,
and plus they're starting a rookie and running back who hasn't gotten more than 8 snaps in his career.
Rams beat them.
No James Conner. This is a blowout. Seahawks.
Seattle should take care of it. They got the
double-digit
receivers.
win by Seahawks.
You know me, 7.5, favorite all the way.
Yeah, 100%.
When they want you to take the point in the hook.
Don't do it.
All right. And we got probably the best game. That's going to be Miami, Philadelphia.
Oh, I thought this was going to be Washington Giants when you said the best game.
That's your Giants or your Cowboys. Forget Cowboys is your team, right?
Yes.
All right. Dolphins at Eagles. Sunday night football. Eagles -2.5. Sean likes the Eagles. Totals 51.5. Anthony, what are you thinking here?
Sunday night football. I will take the Dolphins and the under.
Under, yes. Everyone's
Forget
going to run
about
to
the
that
points.
over.
Don't need the points. Just give me the money line and the Dolphins. Dolphins and the under.
51, a lot of points. This game opened at, God, I can't remember. What did it open
52.
at the total? 52.
Hasn't really moved.
Hasn't moved much.
The Eagles have been doing long drives.
It's an under.
The Eagles, if you watch them the last 2 games, they're trying not to do a shootout because they can't keep up on offense, and their defense is just – they have a lot of backups. They're a lot of injured on the defense.
They're depleted.
Yeah, so if you watch them play, they're not playing like they usually do. They're playing differently just so that defense isn't on the field so long, and which is screwing up their offense because they're not in sync. I mean, they're used to those big passes, big run passes. Now they're more slow pace type offense because they're injured. So you got to lean the under here. I mean, if you think the Dolphins are going to score 70, everyone just keeps talking about the 70 spot. I'm still sick of hearing it.
Line at 2.5. They want you to take the Eagles minus the points at home.
I disagree because if you're not laying 3 at home, I think it's a Miami spot here. But I like the Eagles.
I think it's
Eagles
a public
win
dog,
last week.
Wouldn't the Dolphins be a public dog this week?
I think they're going to be a public dog, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If the Eagles won last week, I'd been all over Miami here, right? Because Eagles cross-country flights back and forth, back-to-back road games, big wins. Everyone would have been talking about them. Look at that. The Jets' defense, look what they did. But you come in with a loss, it changes the outlook of how the team looks, right? It's like, oh, my God, woe was me. The sky's falling. Like, people forget. And they haven't – again, let's get back to they still have not played good all year. We haven't seen a complete game. Probably should have lost to the Patriots. You should have lost maybe to Washington. You did lose to the Jets. You know,
and they're 5-1.
As Ed was saying, it's like you're not getting a full kind of good, complete Eagle kind of team. But in this spot again, everyone's going to look at that. It's Tyreek Hill. It's Tua. It's why I look at this off of them. They're blinded by the toys. Eagles at home. Especially, you could have a Philly fans going crazy with just the Phillies in the World Series, or it could just be like total bet. You know how those Philly fans are. It's insane on a Sunday night.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's just a bad spot for Miami to come into.
The link. Sean's
they got beat up in Buffalo, right? Last time I saw them on the road, they were getting run out of a building. And Philly could still do that if they want to.
The total 51.5. I'm leaning under here.
I like it too. We all like the under.
I hate taking unders though. What do you say we give out some free plays, right?
Sure.
And let you guys get on with your nights watching some sports action. Here we go with the free plays. All right. Anthony, free play, taking my Hawkeyes. Minus 3.5 versus the Golden Gophers.
1-2 in a row, so looking for 3 straight free plays.
Right on. I love my Hawkeyes. Love them in this game, too. Good call. And Sean's free play. Got the Eagles versus Dolphins. We just talked about it. Under 51.5. All right. And Tooch is going with the Packers. Coming off the bye on the road at the horrible Dolphins. Whatever.
Well, they're the Broncos, too, so they're not the horrible Dolphins.
Broncos, I mean. Horrible. Did I say Dolphins?
Yes. Look at that. You want to take the Dolphins. Man, see, that's your mind. That's your mind speaking the truth. The Dolphins are going to get run out of the building.
Dolphins, yep.
27-6 Eagles Sunday night.
Public dog right there. Tooch just put the exclamation mark on the public dog.
Freudian slip. Dog of the day, Chargers, plus 5.5 versus the Chiefs. I like this play. The Chargers keep it within a field goal.
Oh, they're going to win. They don't need the points.
Yep.
Money line.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty good with our dog of the day.
Free play records, there they are. Dog of the day, 3-1-1, man. Chargers, plus 5.5. All right. Let you guys get out of here. Thanks for dropping by. Let's get that last closing. All right, fellas. Any last thoughts?
Good luck.
What's the score SMU now?
21-0, almost halftime.
Okay, almost halftime. They slowed down a little bit.
Their total touchdowns went from 5.5 to 4.5, so that was a little worrisome there. Like, I don't know why that dropped down.
Mm-hmm. All right. For Barroom Network and Sean and Anthony Tooch signing off. We'll see you next week.
Take it easy.
And I'm the team captain. He's the preview, and I'm the main attraction. Unstoppable, unconquerable, on top of the world, accomplishing the impossible. Unstoppable, unconquerable, on top of the world, accomplishing Invincible hustle, mighty desire.